Look how infuriated and enraged this degenerate female is that law enforcement are carrying out the will of the majority of voters who voted for Trump. They believe they should be superior to you, and this is what I was talking about when I was saying they reduce their lowest common denominator when they're judged and revealed as the incoherent frauds who are enemies of civilization that they are. They're enraged that they can't just claim the superior person status independent of factuality and merit of ideas. Leftism doesn't have ideas. They've gone to war with ideas since 2020. Marxism literally despises notions of thinking coherently because they label that oppression. And so all they care about is power games, power dynamics, and the fact that Trump has mobilized ICE outside of Gavin Newsom's press conference or rally, to them is a unidimensional display, just like a lower creature who can only see in 2 dimensions would see the imprint of a 3-dimensional object onto their 2 dimensions. But in fact, we have things like understanding and caring about all aspects of objective reality, such as morality, such as laws, such as reason, understanding things using logic, knowing that we shouldn't have illegal immigrants. This is, of course, what the majority of people voted for. But leftism, specifically the degenerate female personality, believes it should be superior and above all those functioning mechanisms that keep civilization alive. ICE agents are making a show of arresting people outside of a Gavin Newsom rally, and the liberal mind, the leftist mind, the mind that is aligned itself with the opposite of humanity thriving, is melting down on a variety of levels. I recorded a video yesterday that I haven't released yet. By the way, it did address where I've been and why I haven't been uploading. I haven't edited and released it yet because there's a lot to it and I want to make sure it's a thorough video, but essentially what we're seeing in today's culture as America is thriving under nationalism, under competent men running the government, under the total annihilation of leftist ideology, the refutation, the judgment of incoherence that is part and parcel of the left, we're seeing revealed to us that at the core of this ideology, which aligns itself against reality, against justice, against truth, against mental coherence, against morality, against all forms of being a serious person that can think and function, is this degenerately feminine personality or spirit that animates all leftist positions. Here we see the mayor of Los Angeles completely triggered, utterly reduced to the lowest common denominator of leftist brain functioning, which is the inversion of reality and the raging against coherence. Before I play the video with audio, I'm going to play the video without audio so you can just watch her. Look how angry she looks. Just look at how angry this broken woman is. And she was elected because she's a broken woman, a degenerate broken woman who is also black and therefore is superior to any person who is not black, according to the left. So I'm going to play the audio for you so that you can hear what's going on, so that we can understand that not only is she, embodying her degeneracy, she's speaking it too, but I want you to just look at, her appearance first, her eyes, her facial expressions. Gavin Newsom is also furious, by the way. Let me just show you real quick.
At this exact moment are dozens and dozens of ICE agents
booing law enforcement that is enforcing the will of the American people. And he said that as if they're a Gestapo, as if they're the enemy. This is how leftists invert reality. They think they should be so superior to you. They should be superior to democracy, superior to law and order, superior to the president, superior to the mechanisms of our government that have been put forward to serve the people and are serving the people. Even though, by the way, deportations are very popular. If you poll people, 70% believe that illegal immigrants should leave. I've had conversations with deep blue liberals in California who tell me, yeah, we need deportation.
Dozens of ICE agents. Donald Trump and his minions, Tom Homan.
Minions is a very disrespectful way to describe men and women serving bravely in America's law enforcement and homeland security to defend the homeland against illegal immigrants. But of course, leftists worship illegal immigrants. They worship criminals. They like murderers. They march for terrorists. They are working against America because leftism is a satanic cult. Back to the mayor. Let's hear what she says, how she inverts reality. This is critical understanding how the degenerate female psyche inverts reality.
Not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence.
There is no way this was a coincidence. This was widely publicized that the governor and many of our other elected officials were having.
How dare you come here and remind us that we are in a cult and are not actually the majority and are also insane. How dare you judge us with your presence?
A press conference here to talk about redistricting, and they decided they were going to come and thumb their nose in front of the governor's face. Why would you do that? That is.
So we're doing that because you guys are enemies of America and in a satanic cult, which cannot stand the fact that you have been judged by the majority of voters as incoherent, insane, and evil. And we will deport illegal immigrants because that is the only moral and right thing to do.
It's unbelievably disrespectful. It's a provocative act. They're talking about disorder in Los Angeles, and they are the source of the disorder.
The degenerate female psyche cannot help but invert reality, and this is something we all tolerate with women who are single and fat, overweight most of the time, as you're seeing here too, ugly, childless. We all know that these types of women are broken because their lives demonstrate they're broken. It's the equivalent, a single childless woman in their 40s who is overweight and unattractive is equivalent to a homeless man on the street smoking crack. And so no one is surprised when the words that come out of their mouths are emblematic of hating reality or embodiments of sophisticated coherence, such as masculinity or law and order. This is the reason why feminists spontaneously can't help themselves but rage at Andrew Tate randomly, and then of course get owned and embarrassed for it. But the people in the leftist cult think, oh yeah, we need to tolerate this. It's kind of some reverse sexism that they're doing, which is actually very sexist, which is that they're not holding women like this to a higher standard, saying that law and order, law enforcement agents enforcing the law are the source of disorder, when we have seen videos showing the greatest form of degeneracy and lawlessness coming out of California against ICE agents is deliberate warfare against reality stemming from the female psyche. Broken women are preyed on by the left because the left requires people to say the opposite of reality, and who is more willing to say the opposite of the truth than a scorned, degenerate, fat, ugly, childless, single, broken female?
In Los Angeles right now, this is just completely unacceptable. This is a administration, this is a Customs and Border Patrol that has gone amok. This absolutely has.
No, actually, it's just getting started, and we're going to deport even more. As a matter of fact, right now, there is a bonus for people to sign up. I encourage any of you to do it. Sign up to become an ICE agent. They need more ICE agents. It's like a $30,000 bonus. So far in 7 months, 1.7 million have been deported, and that number is just going to increase. I mean, the rate of deportations is just going to increase. I mean, 1.7 million in 7 months isn't bad, but we need to do a little bit better. We need to get above 5,000 a day. So, yeah. Even the men standing behind the broken female are just, soy pathetic freaks. Guys, I can't say why I've been away. If you're still watching, you're one of the people that definitely want to know where I've been, why I haven't been uploading recently. Because for months and years, I uploaded literally every single day. All I can say is what I'm doing is very important. It's extremely time consuming and it's a big process. I can't say exactly what I'm doing for a number of reasons, but I am preparing to become the highest version of male achievement possible and serve God and country in the highest capacity possible. You guys might be able to guess what that is, but I can't say it for a variety of reasons. I will try to make more videos, in the coming weeks as I have some free time. I am extremely busy most of the time, but I have an audience. It's not a big audience. It's not exactly a small audience. 2,000 subscribers isn't nothing. It's not a lot, but it's not nothing. And I think that you guys deserve to know what's going on and have me not just completely disappear, because I appreciate you. And I know some of you, more than others, appreciate what I'm doing here. So I have been paying attention, just so you guys know, on X. I've been on X every single day when I have time. So I'm totally up to date on what's happening. We've been winning enormously on basically every single front. However, it's been interesting to witness the admission of degenerate femininity sort of come back in the same way we saw it happening when Tate was rising to prominence, because it's always been at the core of the left-wing ethos. I appreciate all of you watching, and be sure to subscribe. I'll see you soon.